Fortnite OG just got its brand new Season 6 update, and while the hype should have been sky high, the launch felt a little off. No trailer, barely any key art, and the whole thing kind of snuck in under the radar, which is weird, right? Every other OG season came with that full push, trailers, nostalgia-filled teasers, and the advertising. But this one, not so much. Now, to their credit, Epic actually came out with a statement acknowledging that things feel off right now. And honestly, that's huge. We don't get that kind of transparency too often. They talked about how they're working to make OG feel better, even promising changes like tweaking the storm to more closely match the original 2018 experience, some OG weapon balancing, the return of the minigun, buffs to a few weapons, and nerfing the Havoc Stones effect. And while I'll get into why I'm not exactly loving the Havoc Stones in a second, I just gotta say this level of communication is top tier. It almost feels like the old patch note days where Epic would break everything down for us. They're even teasing more unvaults like the Quad Crasher and Pumpkin Launcher, and according to leaks, it's actually going to be the original Quad Crasher, the one that could literally fly across the map, which is pretty huge considering that vehicle has been nerfed for years now. But here's the thing, even with those promises, I still feel like it's not quite enough. A lot of players have been voicing the same concerns online about OG falling off ever since launch. And some of that has to do with the remix style direction that Epic is taking. Like, sure, it feels OG, but then you've got weird oddities thrown in, like making Kevin the Cube red or replacing these Shadow Stones with Havoc Stones. And let me just say, removing the Shadow Stones is kinda criminal. Shadow Stones were Season 6. They tied into that spooky Halloween vibe perfectly, letting you phase around like a ghost and giving the map that eerie energy. The Havoc Stones, meanwhile, are basically forgeable nitro. And don't get me wrong, I love nitro, like love it, but it doesn't belong here. Kinda feels like a substitution and not nostalgia. Now, I do have hope that with Fortnitemares around the corner, Epic might actually bring back the real Shadow Stones along with the Cube Fiends and that classic eerie vibe, especially since the floating island has a purple Kevin now. There is this theory that OG's reality is glitching between the two different versions, which could explain the changes. Whether that's true or Epic just made an oopsie, we'll have to wait and see. But this difference is kind of what we got for now. And thus, kind of the theme here. Season 6 OG had the potential to launch strong, but the execution felt bland. Again, no trailer, no big showcase, and even the battle pass could have been a throwback moment. Like, imagine if they introduced companions into the pass as a nod to when pets were first added back in original Season 6. That would have been the perfect mix of nostalgia and something fresh. Instead, though, we got Crop Top Calamity. Yay! It is a pretty nice skin, though. All the skins in this OG pass are actually pretty nice. To be fair, even back in 2018, it was generally agreed upon that Season 6 wasn't the strongest or most popular compared to seasons like Season 7, so I get why some players might be a little lukewarm on it this time as well. Now, I don't want to sound overly negative here because I really do appreciate Epic acknowledging the community and committing to changes. That's exactly what we've been asking for. And OG still has a lot of potential, especially once we move into Season 7 and beyond. Season 7 nostalgia is going to hit different, especially around the holidays, and then we get to experience biomes, new POIs, and later seasons that never got the OG treatment in 2023 with Season OG. For me personally, OG is one of those modes I love checking in on whenever a new season drops, but after that first week or so, I'm usually done until the next update. And I think that's how a lot of other players feel as well. But with Epic now willing to listen and adjust, maybe, just maybe, this mode can finally find its stride. So yeah, Season 6 OG isn't off to the strongest start, but the potential is still there. Hopefully, Fortnitemares brings these Shadow Stones back, and maybe even some surprises we don't know about yet. And when we hit Season 7, that's when I think things will truly get pretty interesting. Oh, Infinity Blade, I can't wait. And if you want to hear me dive even deeper into the problems that Fortnite OG has been facing as a whole, make sure to check out the video I made called The Community's Problems with Fortnite OG. It goes into all of that in detail. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think? Will Season 6 pick back up, or is this another example of the mode being mid? I'd really love to know. As always, I want to thank all of you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and use code